Hi everyone and welcome to a new video. In this video we're going to do a follow-up on the Helium Hotspot and the Helium network. If you don't know what Helium is, be sure to check out the previous video. There will be a link in the top right corner showing up right now. Also, don't forget, if you enjoy this video, to give this video a like by the end of the video, post a comment and subscribe. So let's dive into this. I have been testing my Helium Hotspot along with a second one for about 1 month now, and we see that the whole network has grown with at least 2,000 new hotspots, which is definitely significant. The main growth will be in Europe. So when you click on the View Network map, you will get all the hotspots in the world. It will take a while to load, so don't panic if you don't see any dots right away. It might take up to 30 seconds. Now, why is this map crucial if you're planning to buy one Helium hotspot? It is important to know that you can only get Challenger rewards, and Challenger rewards only get you 5 cents per block, and maybe you get 4 to 5 blocks a day, so that is not great. It will take you over a year to earn back your hotspot. So the first thing you have to do before you dive into your Helium adventure is see if you first of all can afford 2 hotspots on good locations, or if you're only able to buy one, to make sure that you find other hotspots in the close proximity. Close proximity means more than 300 meters, because otherwise it will not register, and I guess not more than 2 kilometers just to play it safe. We're now going to take a dive in London. Of course, London is full of high buildings. This is so important. It is not stressed well enough on the website, but line of sight is critical if you want to get more than the Challenger rewards. So the proof of coverage is completely dependent on line of sight. If 2 hotspots do not have line of sight, you will not get the proof of coverage. And the problem is, if you're looking at this map, you simply don't know. So the only way to know is if you know the other person who has the hotspot, or if you have 2 hotspots. Then you know the exact height, and then you can calculate the line of sight. I would like to thank one of our viewers, Aya on Photography, to point out the crucial importance of this. She bought a hotspot and she said, we have plenty of other hotspots in the neighborhood, but I'm still not getting any other rewards. So my assumption is that they have not line of sight between each other, so you'll not be able to get any of those proof of coverage rewards that make it worth your while. So please do keep this in mind. A possible very limited solution could be that you look up the name of the hotspot, which is always unique, and then go to another website called sitebot.com/helium. So purely as a test, let's take this one in London. Click on it and we get this name, Cuddly Mental Pike. So then we go to the other website, sitebot.com/helium. There we click on country, then we take Great Britain, and then we come to this page, and then we search for our mental friend. And he'll be on the second page, Cuddly Mental Pike. Here he is. And this information is definitely useful. So it has a score which is in red, which is definitely not good. So if this is the closest one to you, then it's not good news. You also see that he doesn't get that much rewards. So in this way, this website is crucial. If you use these 2 tools, I think you can be pretty safe to see if you will be able to get some good results with your hotspot or not. For example, if this one is close to us and it has a 0.6 score, it already has 1,000 rewards, this probably shows that he has positioned his hotspot on a very accessible location, and that it's very likely that you'll be able to get line of sight. So before you buy your hotspot, please do your research. This only takes 10 minutes. But what if you're in a different situation? For example, you live in France and you live in, let's say, Amiens. As you can see, there are no hotspots here. So what you have to do is definitely buy 2 hotspots, or convince a friend to buy another hotspot, and then hope that he's not too far away from you. The next thing you'll have to do is go to a website called CloudRF. This website was suggested to me by Antoniera. I hope I say this correctly. This guy doesn't work for Helium. I'm really disappointed on the support that is being given by the Helium staff themselves. They always refer to the Discord channel, but I've never seen anyone official reply to my questions, and on the support themselves they're not really able to help that much, and they just point you to the Discord. So thankfully there are some users who are very knowledgeable, so I'd like to thank this one in specific. There also was another person who referred to me to the same website. So again, sadly I forgot his name. So unknown person, thanks to you as well. So you go to this website called CloudRF. You have to sign up. It is free though, so don't worry. So it's cloudrf.com, then click register, or in the case you're already registered, you can log in. So the next thing we'll do is find that very same location. In this case it was Amiens. So we type it in right here, Amiens, France. There we go. Poof. This is how Amiens looks like. So let's just assume that we are in the city center and we are on this building. I have no clue what it is, but yeah, let's just go sit on the roof. Boom. There we go. This is our hotspot right now. Now, you can find all the details on the website of RAK Wireless, so it will be important to fill in the antenna gain, and the most important will be the height of your location. So I got a 5.8 gain, and then under site TX we can put in the height. I assume this is a pretty high building, so let's just say 12 meters. The next thing we do is click on this path profile tool. Then we have to fill in our second location. Let's just go far enough, and let's say our friend lives here. Boom. The next thing we'll do is fill in the information for the second location. I leave everything on default and just fill in the height. Let's say we are putting the hotspot on ground level. There you go. Press play. And ta-da! Our tool says we'll have an issue. There are some buildings blocking our line of sight. So line of sight is the most important. If you can get Fresnel into the green, you'll have a super clear signal, but getting line of sight in the green is enough. So let's just assume we put it on the second floor of the house. It will be 3 meters. There we go. Is it better? No, still not enough, sadly. Let's say we are going to put it on the roof. Nope, still not enough. So in this case we will have a serious issue on this location, and you'll know it is very unlikely that you'll be able to get those juicy rewards. But let's just, for the fun of it, see how high we have to go to get those rewards. Let's go on to 12 meters. There you go. It seems like 12 meters is just enough to get rid of one of these pesky buildings that is blocking our line of sight. So this is very crucial that you do your homework. So first of all, see if you can afford to buy more than one hotspot. If you can afford to buy 2 hotspots, then see where you can place them and if there is line of sight. If there is no line of sight, please don't do it. If you can only buy one hotspot, then see what the other hotspot is doing. Is it getting good rewards, yes or no? Is it a premium hotspot, then you can take the risk. If it is a hotspot with very low score, then it's best that you don't do it or buy a second hotspot. Alright, now that you've done your homework, we can go and buy our hotspot or hotspots, if you're gonna buy multiple. So this is the one, the original one, this white one. It was sold for 450 euros, sadly it's no longer available. It's not very clear on the website, but take it from me, you can no longer get it. I confirmed this with the support. So the other one that is available is this one, which is the RAK Wireless one. On this very same front page, you also see that they talk about a do-it-yourself version, but please do not buy it. You can buy a do-it-yourself kit for less than $250 from the RAK Wireless website, but it will not help. I bought one of these, and thankfully Todor was very helpful. He was from RAK Wireless, and he allowed me to send it back, because the whole product itself works, but you need an alpha key from Helium. Without the alpha key, you will not be able to get those mining rewards. So you'll be able to put yourself into the network, but you won't get any rewards. So it's basically a waste of money. Sadly, they clearly don't communicate this on the website. I mean, they even say you can still build one yourself. In theory, they might start the do-it-yourself program again, but they're not clear on this. They have no information on this. The support cannot give any extra information. They just point you to the Discord channel. On the Discord channel, no one of the official team replies to it. I had to hear this from other community members that they're no longer giving out the alpha keys. So I was really disappointed in how this was handled. So my advice is don't go for a do-it-yourself build. This of course leaves only one option, and it's not a bad option because the REC Hotspot Miner is only $250. So it's a lot cheaper than the original one. Maybe it doesn't look as nice, but it works just as well and it's a lot cheaper. So it has a Raspberry Pi built into it. They put on the software, it's all ready to go. So when you click on this, you will notice that even though it's a REC Hotspot Miner, you're being sent to CalChip. I know this is very confusing because it's exactly the same as this one. So if you go to the original manufacturer, which is REC Wireless, they make the hardware, but that's the only thing they do. So even on their own website, they will send you through to CalChip. So don't worry if you end up on the CalChip website. REC Wireless only makes the hardware. CalChip makes them ready, puts on the software and makes them ready to go. Once you arrive on the CalChip website, you'll have to click Europe for Europe or whatever region that you're in, and then order the product. Now keep in mind, there is a backlog. So if you order now, you will get it probably at the end of December. This is also very important to know that a lot of things can happen between this and another month or maybe more in the crypto space. Just to illustrate this example, the price of the Helium token since I got my wireless hotspot went from 150 down to 70 cents. So that's big swings. Keep that in mind. I also noticed when I wanted to reorder another REC hotspot from them, the PayPal checkout option was no longer available, and all the other options like Alipay and WeChat Pay, they're only accessible from for people who have a Chinese bank account, so not accessible for Europeans. So I hope they get the PayPal function up and running again really quickly. Okay, good. Now you know how everything works and what is important. It is time to take a look at the rewards. So we've now arrived in the app. As you can see, I have 74 Helium tokens. I have to say I did put in 20 Helium tokens that I purchased because I had to change the location a few times just to find out how everything works. So I had to buy some because the only rewards I was getting were these kind of mining rewards, and they're about 5 cents per mining block, and I got about 4 to 5 mining blocks a day. But then after a while, as you can see, I finally found the right locations. I had to put my Helium hotspot on the roof, and then I had to buy a different antenna that I could reach the outside of the building on the second location just to get line of sight. So it took a lot of effort. It is not as easy as plugging it in, putting it next to a window. It can be this easy, but then you have to be lucky when it comes to locations. For me, I wasn't that lucky, and I really had to do some serious effort in being able to create line of sight. And the website that I showed earlier definitely helped me to find out what the exact location had to be and which height had to be used. Now, this block reward that I got today is exceptional. So it's 3 Helium tokens, which is a lot, and as you can see, it is proof of coverage. So proof of coverage really pays out very well. So when we go over the rewards list, we have the very poor challenge rewards, which is only 1% of the whole block reward. Then we have proof of coverage, which is one I'm getting as well, which can be either between 1 Helium token, for example like this one, or this one, up to 3 Helium tokens. I don't know how they calculate the difference because it's a big swing. We're going from less than 1 Helium token up to more than 3 Helium tokens. Then number 3, we have witnesses. That's also about 10% of the total value, and then network data transfer, and finally consensus group. So far in my test, I have only been able to get challenge rewards and proof of coverage. I did order a new hotspot. It will be a REC wireless hotspot, which hopefully arrives at the end of this month, and then we'll see what results we can get if we have 3 hotspots. So hopefully we'll be able to get those witness rewards and maybe those consensus group rewards. The network data transfer will of course only arrive when the Helium network is actually being used by companies within your region. So hopefully that is something that will start working next year or the year after. Alright, that's it for this video. I would like to thank everybody for watching. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to give it a like and give it a subscribe. And if you got any questions on the wireless hotspots, or you have any issues yourself, please make a comment, because my ideal goal is to gather all the problems that I've had and all the problems and solutions that you guys have and put them all in one video, so we have one go-to guide on how to get started with Helium. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.